Hello there everyone and welcome back to more Blood Bowl action. The playoffs are finally here and I like to think my team is in incredible shape outside the one little caveat that I had to get inconvenient, miss next game on my one source here. A little bit of a shame, I really dislike it, but considering I had my apothecary deny my Crux score from suffering the same fate, I guess it was unavoidable. There's not really much I could do about that, but even then, my power, my front line is incredibly impeccable. Only downside is I am lacking a good amount of the utility I was really hoping to have at this point, as I would have loved nothing more to get a guard piece on one of these players, which I could potentially do with Ular here, which I'll talk about in a moment. And of course some stand firm, maybe, well, tackle is definitely a concern as well. But here's what I have in mind. At least with Ular here. I think, well, he only rolled like a basic roll here, so I actually have only access to tackle, guard, or mighty blow. And I think I'm going to go with mighty blow for him, as so far I haven't really needed to rely on tackle all that much. And if I were to get tackle, it kind of forces Ular to be more of a ball tackler. He's basically gonna not really do a whole lot with the skill outside of blitzing the ball carrier. And considering he's a source, that's gonna be really hard to do, just because he can't really dodge out of tackle zones the best. And of course, I kind of want him in the front line to kind of prevent the majority of their team to try and get through. And Mighty Blow at least serves as a deterrent there. It's going to be a little more versatile that way, and it helps deal with the possible attrition damage I'm going to get when my skinks start getting injured and knocked out. That is the main reason why I want this, although I would love guard, as if you recall for when I was playing against the Skaven last time, I was trying to use my Crux score strictly to protect my skink, especially from a strip ball player ideally. And sadly, that's a little unreliable just because of the bonehead and the fact that he has prehensile tail. I kind of want him to do other things as well with Croxa. Hopefully, if I'm so lucky, maybe I can get a guard piece on the other source players. But I would love to get guard, but I am lacking in power. At least someone to help even the odds a little bit. And if I'm so lucky with the injuries and maybe an MVP, you could get Dauntless next, as you do have 17 SPP currently. And so 2 injuries and 2 MVPs, if that's at all possible, would get you another level up. And injuries should very realistically be possible with Ular, as I'm probably now making him my dedicated blitzer, which means I want to keep him out of tackle zones unless he can get a really good block opportunity. And as a result, that will give me more injuries that maybe we'll deal with the Minotaur of our next opponent. And it opens up more opportunities there, especially since tackle's not probably going to be very effective for my next match. And ideally, I want both these skinks to get sidestep, as I'm really tempted to get rid of It's here. The only reason I haven't gotten rid of him yet is because of the sidestep, really. Sidestep's going to be really important because, again, I am lacking the utility. I am lacking the means to protect my backline, especially when my opponents start marking up my swords to kind of keep them from maneuvering. That's the main concern there. And also, we're at the point where trying to force a touchdown with the source is kind of out of the question, or at least it's not practical anymore. And unless I get an injury with these 2 Sorai, I'm probably not going to ever touchdown with them ever again, ideally. At least I'm not going to force it or make an attempt for it. And even then, I haven't really need all my rerolls, so I'm just going to get rid of one of these to help lower my team value for a bit. And I still have 150k to rebuy it if the situation warrants it, or at the very least buy another skink when I do, if I do, retire It's the Dart here, as Nigel is kind of my biggest liability here, especially on 2 of my main skinks at that. But let's move on to our opponent here in Chaos. We are dealing with Pirate Joe, the infamous Pirate Joe that has a bit of a reputation for killing off my players with fireballs and wizards. But thankfully, they have no tackle piece. The roster isn't too terrifying, but they do have 3 mighty blow pieces which do scare me. If I let them get a bunch of free blocks, I'm still probably gonna lose that attrition war quite well. But with my strength 5, and if my croc score can get in some ideal positioning, I could potentially manage this really well. They do of course have 2 dodge players, but with one of them not really having block to kind of complement it, I still have a good chance to knock them down if I get a 2-die block. Especially with my own strength 5 players, let's keep that in mind. So I want to believe not having tackle here is pretty good. I want to argue. It's so far a pretty generic lineup. I easily have more level ups than them, since, I have 4 Sorai as well that are leveled up at this point. And I do have a Croc score that's leveled up with the Invaluable Guard, which they are lacking. Again, it comes down to how the first few turns are going to play out. They're a lot more flexible with their blitzers because of the Beastmen, as I can't really do that as well with my Skinks. The Skinks are mainly to just tackle and swarm any isolated players that try and run by me. Realistically, they don't have the convenience of just having a blitzer basically at any point on the field that I can just get a strength 4 block with. Either way, I have double the fan factor, so there's a really good chance I can get some decent fame out of this. They have 4 rerolls, and I'm suspecting they're going to burn all their cash on either a wizard, a chainsaw, or something else to that matter, as currently they're going to have 120k I think, with the 30k in inducements they're going to get. And I'm really optimistic for this match. After all, my skill set's a lot better than theirs. It's just the randomness of Mighty Blow, the number of Mighty Blow pieces they have, potentially causing me problems. But their Minotaur, the big thing to note, is armor 8, and if my Mighty Blow piece can get on them, I have a very good chance to stun them, provided I can actually knock them down, that is. And already, the playoffs has been a little bit ridiculous. For the Rats have been defeated, the Skaven team has been defeated by arguably the last place of the playoffs. Was it Sergeant Grimm with his high elves have somehow managed to take out these little buggers. And we have a few other things to look forward to. Hell, you're seeing all the potential adversaries. And hell, if you can make sense of this, you probably know who my upcoming matches are potentially going to be as well. So look forward to that. And with that said, let's get started, shall we?
Yes, that would be no. Now then, you see, there's a very special reason why I dropped the apothecary.
Well, we're gonna find out in a moment. Is Loot Grip gonna appear? Is Hack gonna appear? Is the infamous wizard gonna appear? Oh. I'm just wondering if I should make the overreaction now or wait until it actually kills someone. Which would be more appropriate for the memes?
I don't know, you tell me.
You cursed wizard, my arch nemesis once again, in combination with Pirate Joe. It's really only Pirate Joe that's been murdering people with a wizard. Grimm and everyone else have kind of been lackluster, with occasional knockouts maybe at most. But Pirate Joe likes to kill my players.
I'm doing it.
Fun.
Honestly, I'm doing it for the memes because, let's be honest, I've heard the people who have completely underestimated me and on the little playoffs kind of who's gonna win kind of thing. They completely underestimate me for one reason that I'm not going to disclose here, but it's not the wizard. Although I'm sure as hell going to put the fear of God into you with that wizard.
The infamous wizard. Yeah, this is really just a battle of fighting the wizard and making sure I'm not clumped up in my nice little nest that I've been doing against Skaven and a Black Templar. So that way you don't fry like 5 lizards at once.
You imply you have a choice in that matter.
Well, what can I say? I do like my lizardman nest. Just incubating the egg, as it were.
Honestly, the fear of God alone with the wizard is probably just worth it as it is.
Yep. And you get to choose the kickoff.
Oh, that's wonderful. I need that. Oh, you actually got yourself another skink?
Nah.
You always have.
I always had an extra there.
Alright, I just thought you only had 4. I forgot. Hmm.
Yeah, I did buy a 5th one there because they tend to be the ones to get knocked out and injured after all. Surprise, surprise. No.
Now then,
Let's see how this goes, I guess.
you should keep that little setup you have right there. Wow, you actually did.
Yeah, I did.
I'm. Are you trying to tempt me?
Maybe. I could have tempted you more by moving the 2 skinks in the back up one.
Let's see here, you have sidestep. You don't. Okay, I know. I have a plan.
Uh-oh,
I
he's
have a
already...
great plan. One that you're going to hate.
Uh-oh, he's already conspiring. He's gonna do passing chaos shenaniganry. I don't know if this made into recording or not, but I'm just gonna brute force random ideas out there, and one of them eventually is gonna stick. One of them is gonna be right. I already threw in Loot Grip, I already threw in the chainsaw, the wizard was my first guess, and of course I was right there, obviously.
Well,
Now we're
to be fair, you convinced me to do the wizard. I'll be honest.
we'll see if it was worth it. Ooh. Ooh.
Wow, that really fucks every single plan I had.
That was interesting. 2 of my players got knocked down. I did have the fan factor, which I don't know if that's still average result, considering that.
Okay then. New plan. Can we? Yeah,
Murder the...
not really.
Implement
Can
plan, murder the
Not
skink.
really. To be honest, my original plan was actually... I'll just flat out say it. My original plan was to use Kane to blitz that skink into the pile,
Fireball?
right? Yes.
Yeah. Sadly, my players knocked down don't contribute to the fireballs, I've learned. So,
Your strength
it's
up,
not...
so that doesn't really matter. That'll just be a 1 die. You do have block, so that makes that kind of useless. Unless I bring someone up. But that, in and of itself, is kind of useless. You two are now just going to be fucked, because the game has decided to just, you know, screw me over right
Yeah.
at the bat.
That was
Because, you know, it likes doing
amusing.
that.
Yeah, the pitch evasions that I've had so far, even with fan factor, have really been rough on me. So I'm glad
No.
to see that it's not the case this time.
Now, here's my plan. Okay, then I can't really do anything there, so I guess that was just a waste.
Single go for it. He lives. For now.
For now. We both said the exact same thing. For now. And my turn is basically done, because the game has completely ruined me out of doing the
Yeah.
one thing that I'm actually good at, which is, you know, punching.
We'll see how your ball handling goes. Because somehow Black Templar made chaos ball handling, ball passing a thing. And we know you like that as well. Maybe.
I'll accept it for now.
I respect the restraint there. Since I can't really get on it very easily.
Honestly, that pitch invasion screwed me. Romkey, gonna need the blessings.
I don't know. Rumpke may be jinxing you for all we know. We talked about this.
Oh, shush.
It's possible. It is definitely possible.
Now then, I need you... I don't care about the skinks, so I'm gonna need you to just pile up all of your sources into one spot, if you'd be so kind.
Well, you gotta have an intimidating formation that forces me to bunch up then, and not have them spread out like you are.
But I need you to bunch them all together.
Well, you're gonna have to set it up then.
If you bunch all the skinks together, then it's not going to be any fun, and I'm not going to do it.
But it makes it all the more rewarding if you can pull it off.
You know, I just realized I gave away my entire, well, a chunk of my plan. Yeah, my plan is basically just kill your sources. I'll just be frank.
And it could happen.
See, I don't care if they're standing or they're on the floor. I'm gonna get them. Somehow. Maybe. Potentially.
Fouling is a thing. Fouling is definitely a thing.
Honestly, honestly, I'm probably mostly just going to focus punch them rather than foul them because I'm not risking the players. And oh, you're actually blitzing there. Okay, then.
I see a tempting ball, and I think I'm gonna go for it.
A tempting ball?
Hey,
Interesting.
you've seen my entire stick so far this playoff season, right? Or at least the regular season.
No, I actually haven't. I've not really watched other people's matches, I'll
Well,
be
the
honest.
fact that almost all my source are level 3 could emphasize it, as I did not get a whole lot of injuries on these guys.
Hmm. All my Chaos Warriors are basically level 3.
Yeah, nice. Congrats on
Except
that.
for Irma.
Because that can
Actually,
be
no, all
pretty
of them are 3.
tricky early on.
Yeah, I was actually trying to get them a bit more than level 3, but I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, especially if you can start getting some claws, that's when your team is really terrifying against me.
Oh yeah, you know what my original plan was? My original plan was just block, Mighty Blow, and then Claw. But sadly, that didn't happen. Think you can guess why.
Yeah. And I'm thankful for it
I didn't
because...
get the, you know...
And I'm kind of thankful
Partially
for it since, yeah,
yeah.
your Mighty Blow does still scare me due to random chance of armor breaks. And we
Okay,
won't even move the
well,
Crux or even tempt the Bonehead.
how far is that? Let me check.
It is a long bomb. I don't know if you can get a long pass, though.
Oh. Well, thank you for telling me that, flat out.
Yeah, you can't honestly check it until you pick up the ball. It's the only annoying thing.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Got the nice knockdown.
Hmm. Okay, then I know what I need to do then.
Now, will you be able to pull it off? Ooh, there goes the reroll. You got 4 of them, though, so it's not terrible yet.
Ramkey, please, I need it. If I should
Moment
go
of truth.
here... Okay, then yeah, no.
Not unless you want a chance to go for something, maybe. Inaccurate? Well, it got up the field.
Good
I don't know
enough.
if... Don't know if it's what you
needed
want,
that.
but it works.
I just needed it to get upfield. I'll be honest.
And good thing I didn't do anything with Crocs, as he would have boneheaded it last turn.
What I should have done before that was probably move up to pin some...
Some of the skinks and all that.
Yeah, I should have probably moved Irma and Martin up. The fun thing about this is I can basically just have a continuous wall. You can't.
A
If you get what I
continuous
mean.
wall?
What I basically mean is I can have my players clumped up. You can't. Well, I mean, you can, but it just won't end well if you do.
We will see what happens then, I guess. How about we take him off the field instead?
Of course.
Only
I'll
badly
just-
hurt.
Yeah, I know why you're doing that.
Get away from the angry bull. There, I will take these. I will definitely take these.
Ramkey, please. I need them now. The blessings. I've got a bad feeling about this.
We need all the Rumpke blessings.
Pick up your players, by the way.
But they don't get fireballed if they stay on the ground, and I did try to get up with the Crux score. We saw how that happened.
Your players aren't even bunched up. I don't get why you wouldn't pick some of them up.
And you get to live, alas, for now.
It's Elizabeth, of course she lives.
The infamous Blodge Chaos Warrior.
Yes. Trip.
Well, let's not do that yet. I forgot about my Blitz piece here. Or Strength 5 piece, rather. And I would like to benefit off it some more.
Yeah, then if you'd be so kind as to trip here. Well, you
Almost.
almost tripped.
Almost. Your toenails need to be a little bit longer, I think.
Interesting.
Let's see what you pull off this time. No, stay away from my skinks. They're staying away from your tackle zone for a purpose, damn it. I do not take kindly to this.
I don't take kindly to that attitude.
Well, it's deserved at this point.
How is it deserved?
Because I know you're just itching to drop that fireball on me. Ooh,
Well,
this is gonna hurt.
But
Okay, only a stun, I'll take it.
I'll take it as well.
More goat fodder.
Do I?
Do you trust a wild animal?
Yes, actually.
There you go. Pays off here.
Animal. Now then. See, this is an advantage that I have that you don't. Look at all the players I have. See, this is basically what I wanted. You just having to take a ball from a position that you really can't.
You say that, but I see.
Oh, I already know a number of ways you can try and knock it out of there, but
yeah, this will be fun to see.
Make.
It'll be fun to see how that goes.
Pick the skull.
Night.
Oh, come on, again?
Well,
why are you getting all the fucking injuries?
Well, because you kind of jinxed it by bragging how many players you had.
I didn't even brag about how many players I had.
You were saying something just a moment ago about having more players.
In an area, not more than you.
I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna just beg for Romkey to just use that blessing of his.
You know, my blow will be handy at dealing with this Minotaur. Can I at least get a stun?
You're actually going for the Minotaur.
He's armor 8. He's easy enough to stun if I knock him down, especially without dodge or block. And guard is helping. There's the armor break. Only a stun though. I would have enjoyed the Crux score grab.
Well, that's an annoying place. It's not the best, but I can deal with it. Forces you into an uncomfortable position, regardless.
And that's a 5+ pickup too.
I mean, you can go for it if you want. I already see what you're doing, and I can actually say it's actually quite clever. Good job, me.
Oh god. Now I'm gonna have to really think on the matter if you know what I know, that I know what you know. We're gonna have this really real nonsense going on in a moment.
Oh yeah, I already know what you know right now and what you're
Damn
doing.
it. So much for that plan.
You're going to try and use the skink to knock down Martin.
So I'm gonna have to change of plans. Maybe I should go after a strength 5 piece then somehow.
Secondly, I know that for a fact that you tried using you followed with Oratul to try and get away from the Chaos Warrior.
Yep. As I said, Mighty Blow is scary.
Which is exactly why you decided to go up right next to another Mighty Blow. Here's the question with that skink. Oh. Okay, then. I was gonna say, here's the question with that skink. Are you going to actually run with him, or are you going to try and run away from the strength 5 piece, or are you going to actually do something? And you're actually going for the ball pickup. Go for it. Why not? Let's see what happens. What could possibly go wrong?
Probably a lot, if we're honest.
One thing you're doing that's really annoying that I literally just stated seconds ago is that you're trying to minimize blocking opportunities, and you're doing a wonderful job at it. Actually dodging. Huh. Alrighty.
Alright, Minotaur's down for a turn.
I'm gonna have to take it.
No! Curse you. It pays off nicely, though. Phew. Ooh, gets up. Yay, he lives. Barely.
I'm getting annoyed at all of this, I'll be honest. You know what? I'm gonna move you here. I'm gonna pick you up.
Just continue being annoying.
Yep, I'm gonna continue to try and be annoying. And it goes into a better position for you, of course. Okay, then I'm fucked.
The old ones, thank you. Now let's see, can we get a chance of another armor break, or at least a push? Just a push.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I already know I'm fucked. You know, I find it fun. I've used 2 of my rerolls, and you've used none of yours.
Yeah, well, the only things likely to fail for me would be the dodges, and of course they have built-in rerolls, so I likely wouldn't have used a reroll for that anyway. Since I didn't try to pick up the ball or do anything that wasn't at least likely to succeed. We'll see if that changes, and you do not have blocked. Sit down.
Yeah, I'm not having a fun time right now.
Well, we'll put end to your suffering then, so that way you can start preparing for next season, maybe.
Yeah, so that way I can just suffer again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
But causing suffering to others as well. Like
No,
the fact I
just
am
me
worried about
suffering.
a... Just like me worrying about a dang wizard, still.
There's no suffering on your end. There is no suffering on your end. The only suffering on your end is manufactured so far,
It's all made up.
basically. Yes.
Good thing I didn't try pick up the ball, but... And Loner helps
You
there.
actually managed to get the loner, of course. Why wouldn't you?
It was better odds than trying to pick up the ball.
It's literally a 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50, but 1 in 9 for the both downs and 1 in 9 for the pickup here, essentially. I see that as better, more reliable than trying to pick up like I was considering doing. Although now that I don't have this reroll, this is prone to fail, which I don't like.
I really hope it does. I need you to fail right now. Because otherwise I have bad news bears for myself. So if you'd be so kind as to curse this Rumkey.
There you go.
Thank you.
Where's...
Thank you! I am happy now.
You have block, so enjoy murdering him. Somehow he's
And he
surviving.
doesn't go down. That's the second skink to have somehow survived. I can make this a 3-die.
There's
Hopefully
a
I
nice
can make
pound
this a
for ya.
die. I think I made this a die.
Nah, he just
No,
is
I
stunned. He's just
I'll
napping.
take it. I'll take it. I'll certainly take it.
Takes the guard piece off the equation for now.
Fuck me.
There you go.
Well,
Works for you too, but you get another block.
I was gonna say. Hey.
There's the knockdown.
Now then, there's one thing I should mention that I know you didn't notice.
The 3 die, which doesn't pan out here, thankfully.
None of your players have taken armor breaks, which is annoying, especially considering well, none of them have taken actual meaningful armor breaks.
Armor breaks while looking at a croc score that's stunned.
I said meaningful armor breaks. I have 3 players not off the pitch. You have none.
Stuns are meaningful, because it means I don't have to worry about the Minotaur when I stun him.
Very funny.
It's meaningful
You're
to me.
hilarious.
So screw you if you think otherwise.
It's not meaningful to me, so therefore it doesn't exist.
It's invalid.
Exactly.
I'll take your logic and replace it with my own, damn you.
Isn't it supposed to be reality, not logic?
Yeah. What can I say? I'm not educated
with my own, or something like that.
What can I say? I'm not educated with pop culture.
Oh, great! Another injury.
Well, this is turning into a mess.
Yeah, remember how I said that I'm not getting meaningful armor breaks while you are?
Well, let's have another one then.
If you do, I'm going to get upset. I find it funny that you've gotten more actual armor breaks on strength 8 on armor value 8 pieces than I have on the skinks. And so far, a few of the players who I've actually hit the skinks with have a little skill that makes their armor value equivalent to halfling if they fail. You know. And also the fact that they're stunty, which further harms them in terms of armor value. You get what I'm saying?
I have a blitz available. I did not consider that.
Interesting.
I will take that.
I'm curious, has Rumkey actually blessed me?
He cursed me once, or attempted to.
Alrighty. Well, you have options.
I do have options. What's the
Question
best
is if you take
odds?
them.
There
Of
we go.
course. Yeah, I'm gonna lose.
I will take that.
If that was what I thought it was gonna be, I'd be so upset. Also, you're still not getting punished at all.
Just means it's gonna happen for the
You know,
finals, isn't it? We're gonna have a repeat of what happened to poor Glad in the finals against Black Templar.
poor Glad, sure.
But I
Yeah.
guess,
Say
I
that to
guess,
me, who has always been fucked over on the first match of the finals every time without fail. It is a tradition at this point that I always lose the first match of the finals, regardless of my best attempts. Regardless of anything I fucking do. It just needs you to go away. But of course I don't actually get a knockdown here. I'm going to roll Skull and they both down here. Yep, called it. And I get fucked over by the lump. And he's stunned. Just take the fucking touchdown.
down goes our Minotaur, the poor fella.
And I'm out of rerolls. I literally called it before it happened because this is the finals. Why would I ever get anything in the fucking finals? Hell, this entire season has just been a reminder of the fact that I can't do anything.
I doubt that's the case, but
I honestly genuinely wonder sometimes why I continue to try. Why I don't just constantly go joke teams in a minuscule attempt to have fun. Oh, I know why I don't.
That was your
because I know it'll just
vampire.
end up like the ogres.
Yeah, vampire and ogres.
Vampires weren't a joke team. They were actually pretty good. They were like Chaos, but better in that league. But yeah, just go take the touchdown. It's not like I can... Oh, you're gonna stall, I see. Make my suffering greater. Okay.
At least it keeps my team from getting bashed for another turn with the 3 blocks at the beginning.
I'm going to pull the toxic move if you keep doing this. Well, if
The
you
wizard.
do stall.
Well, that is kind of what you're supposed to do if you're talking about Fally and just trying to murder people.
Oh, great. Oh, of course. You know, I find it funny how they were like going on about how, oh, you're like that. How I was on the kind of league thing of like how you're just a great player and how essentially like that like my team sucks.
Yeah, I think
Thing
a lot of that
is,
may due to not
thing
having
is,
Claw.
you are a good player. Don't get me wrong, you are a good player, but the way this has gone so far isn't really due to you being a good player. It's you having good luck so far. Because, don't get me wrong, you've done a lot of good moves, like denying me from actually being able to hit your players a good deal of the time. Alright?
I have made mistakes, though.
But all of this isn't just because, oh, you're a good player, that's why I'm losing. No. It's not just as simple as that.
Well, it is dice rolls, so luck is always going to be a factor, even with the best attempts.
Finally! Finally!
Diving
And
tackle
it's only
pieces
a
out.
KO. And I should note, when I say finally, it's because I've knocked down how many skinks? I've knocked skinks down
Maybe
2,
3
3,
or
4
4.
times. Yeah, it was 4 times, I think.
I was expecting more knockdown skinks, to be honest, but thankfully not having tackle helps with that some.
This always happens. I genuinely wonder... I know it's not going to turn around, despite Rumke's best attempts. From the start, this was already doomed. Why do I keep playing, though? I don't have fun. I just constantly lose.
There is an appeal for when things go right, and of course having your teams leveling up is definitely a nice appeal for me there. You don't get that with very many games, but it does make things harder sometimes.
Yeah, and the sad thing is that those level ups that you're talking about, that nice fun thing, it happens just enough to keep me coming back. Every other thing is just pain, 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 pain.
Well, that's Blood Bowl in a nutshell. People tend to ignore that fact. Because I had really rough games early on until I started getting blocked.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter what skills I have. It doesn't matter what team I'm playing. I just get fucked by the dice every time. It's like fucking Roger. Except I occasionally have good luck. Just enough to keep me coming back, unlike Roger, who actually was able to get himself off the drug that is this game.
Well, I don't know if Roger's going to be in for another season. I know Formal dropped out.
Yeah, he's not. That's what I mean, because he's not going to be in the next season, I don't think. Because he's actually managed to get himself off the drug that is this game.
Well, we will know, as they still have a playoff match to do.
Yeah, I think after that he's going to be gone, because his luck is just abysmal. But mine, it just seems like it's constantly just enough to keep me coming back. And oh hey, would you look at that? The one thing you needed. I'll be honest, I lied about my plan to kill your actual Croxagores. You know what my actual plan was?
No, not the murder.
My actual plan was to use my 3 pieces, alright, that have a bonus to armor value breaks, to basically kill your skinks.
Well, it worked out in that case.
See, this is what I mean. I'm so depressed, I just kind of lose my faith in the entirety of the game, and then something like that happens.
You just got
enough to give me the bit of hope that I need to just say, you know, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can just keep going.
Maybe Romke needs to teach you the way of the Sith, to embrace your inner anger.
I don't have any anger.
Alright, embrace your inner despair, or whatever is appropriate for Sith.
I did, and guess what happened with that?
A dead skink.
I think one of the worst kind of things that happened with my Ogre season was that I didn't get a single armor break. Well, not a single armor break, but I barely got any armor breaks. Fuck it, I'll take it.
Alright, stunned. Phew.
But, see, this is what I mean. I get depressed and just completely lose faith, and then something happens that's completely stupid that just makes me regain faith to keep going.
Oh, I could definitely reminisce. Like I said, the pitch evasions have been awful for me as well. They were thankfully really early on, but still, I know the feeling there with the kickoff events in general.
It's not just the kickoff events, it's just the game, period. I just have just this kind of luck that it's like just enough to keep me coming back, so I can just suffer more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Blood Bowl has a
But yeah,
love-hate relation.
my entire plan was to basically murder the skinks because they have a minus to their actual ability to do anything. Well, to not die, I mean. Wow, no one got up.
Well,
That's
that could,
impressive.
for all we know, that Armor 7 God Armor meme is still ongoing, for all we know. Maybe that's why Skinks are survived, because, was it Season 4? It seemed like no one could injure an Armor 7 piece. I don't know about Season 5, if that was...
Okay, then. I see how it is.
all the things to punch.
Look at how many players I have because of your luck. Why do I play? Why do I play? Why do I play? Please tell me, why do I play?
To just murder my team and ruin my chance at the playoff because you still have a wizard on hand. You still got your trump card.
You know, you say that, and yet I'm gonna really need it to do some work. But I get the feeling it won't. I should have learned since the first time I played this game that it's just gonna cause me to just suffer.
It is definitely not for the faint of heart. It is a very frustrating game.
The thing is you say faint of heart, but I've been through so goddamn much.
Oh, if I've heard.
In the game, and in real life. I'm definitely not someone who would be considered faint of heart. Yet, after all these years, every single time, without fail, in the finals, lose the first match, without fail, always. But yes, my original plan was to murder your skinks, because I have 3 players who have a bonus to actually injuring them because of the Mighty Blow. And because they're stunty, they have a lower armor value. Because they're stunty, that means that when they get injured, they have a lower requirement. And their low armor value alone increases the chance of me getting an injury.
Damn.
Great. So remember how I said it gives me just enough faith before it just murders me again? Yeah. I literally only have one fucking person left that isn't a Chaos Warrior. Or a Minotaur. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just contemplating.
Okay, then. The game just didn't do anything there for a bit, so I was wondering if something happened. But yeah, my entire plan was essentially to my entire plan was just to murder your skinks, so that way I could actually have a chance, because you're sure as hell not picking up the ball with the sources.
I'm not planning to anyway.
And here's the thing, though, with all of that, alright? My luck is still my luck, so I have 5 of all of my players just gone off the pitch. Just gone. And you're just rolling wonderfully on knocking my players down. It doesn't matter if they have blodge, like Elizabeth, or not. No. It doesn't matter if they have dodge. It doesn't matter if anything. You're just gonna get pow after pow after pow after pow. It doesn't matter what armor value it is.
Yeah, it's just
getting
worse and worse there.
This is why I hate this game.
When things snowball out of control. In all honesty, I remember my very first match, especially recording Blood Bowl like 2 years ago. That was rough because the kickoff event was a rock that injured my croc score, and I was playing against Nurgle, and they injured 2 other players in the first turn. So I got that extreme end as well. So I know what you're feeling right now, trust me. And I had to record that
all the fucking time. every time, every turn, without fail, it feels.
Well, a break certainly doesn't hurt if you're still contemplating it.
I'm not just contemplating a fucking break.
Certainly doesn't hurt there.
This isn't gonna do anything.
Let's see how many die. So far, it's really good results, but it's not a kill yet, though.
It actually did something. Wow, I'm impressed. Not
It's
enough,
not-
of course.
It's not the death we were expecting there, so I'm still sane after that.
Yeah, I know. See, this is what I mean. It doesn't matter. Even when I do your crippling weakness, nothing happens. Because
I do it mostly for the show.
I had my little dose of sanity to keep me in the game with that one skink dying. So a KO is just fine. So you can just stall for as long as you goddamn please, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, just for the sake of keeping my team alive, it's kind of necessary. Oh, now he's an easy foul target.
I might just, although know for a fact when I do, I'm probably just going to get sent off. Because why wouldn't I? I've basically lost any faith of ever winning this at all, ever. Like, this season or series or any other season. It's just going to be loss after loss after loss. Every time, at the very first start of the end season, no matter how good of a team I have, no matter how bad of a team my opponent has, no matter what, I'm just going to lose. Because I always lose. Every time. It happened with the Amazons, where I had absolutely abysmal luck against Black Templar. It happened with the Ogres, which, to be honest, was kind of fair, after I got one tiny glimpse of hope before that.
I still love that one game you had against Gojira in Season 3, where you pitch cleared somehow won against them when they were completely... they won every other match before that point.
I don't think it was a pitch clear, but yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and then immediately after, I ended up just getting stomped. That was basically just the one bit of hope.
A lot of that was because the injuries didn't stick. They were only badly hurts, really. That could have been a little bit different if most of them were like stat downs or missed next games, I think. Since you played them immediately after for the playoffs. Here comes the foul.
Oh, would you look at that? Nothing happens and they get sent off. This is exactly the point I'm talking about, and I'm holding... I have scissors right here, and I'm honestly half tempted to just shove them into either the computer or my eye.
Nah. The computer is fine, you could replace that. We don't want anything noteworthy happening there, come on.
Seriously. I'm half tempted to just concede right now, because why should I play if I'm just gonna keep losing? I have no team left. You're just gonna keep...
Kinda need to keep my team alive, as you're gonna get a bunch of free blocks.
I'm doing so good at killing your team when the only thing I've actually done is killed a level 0 skink.
Doesn't mean I shouldn't consider it, or keep it in mind.
No, the only people you're gonna kill is my players. Because again, I can't win. I can't do anything. Because I've always been useless, and my luck reflects that.
I seriously doubt that. I doubt that one bit.
I do have to ask, though, what is the point? Because this happens every single season. I've been in every single season since Season 2. Every single one. And without fail, every single time, I have managed to lose in the finals because of shit luck like this.
Well, this isn't the finals for one, but it is the playoffs,
You get the point. Every single time in the playoffs, without fail, this happens. Please die.
Injury. So there you go. Skinks are dying.
This was my plan, by the way. This was my plan. Injure your skinks. And it's working. But you're injuring every single one of my players better before I ever got a chance to hurt your skinks. And that's all you need. That's all you ever needed.
That is the nature of dice games. The unfortunate, realistic truth there. We can only minimize or mitigate, but the dice are still dice. Whether computer programmed or generated or what.
So why play? Why be proud of a game like this then?
The challenge, probably. At least for me particularly, to try and learn the probabilities. Learning the probabilities.
Because there's nothing I do. There is no challenge because without fail, every single time, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what team I have. It doesn't matter anything. I just lose. I just lose like everything else in my goddamn life.
You made it to the playoffs, so it's not
Yeah,
all
I make
losses.
it to the playoffs I make it to the playoffs every single time, alright? But when it actually matters, I lose. Without fail. Every time. In the very first part of the playoffs. Doesn't matter what my luck is, I just lose. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I have a great team like I did with the vampires. Doesn't matter if I have a great team like I did with the Amazons. I just get awful dice that just say, fuck you, you're a piece of shit garbage human who deserves every bit of suffering they get. Or at least it feels like it's saying that.
But it's not true, though. It's rough, sure. I'm not denying that.
Then
but
when
it's
will
not
it
true.
end? When my life ends?
Nah.
Because honestly,
Sadly,
this honestly seems like a metaphor for my goddamn life. Just constantly, just enough to prevent it from fucking ending.
Probably the story of all our lives, really.
Sure, just punch all my players. I can't do anything anyway. Get more SPP. Sure, why not? I don't care anymore. And the few times I do actually get good luck, they don't count anyway. Just ends up getting erased. Either by bad luck that instantly undoes it, or by just something else happening. Nothing will ever change. Nothing ever changes. Just an endless cycle. Going on and on and on. In a monotonous repeat. Never ending. Never ceasing.
Life goes on still, though. Life will continue to go on there until the end of all our days. It is inevitable.
The only thing that's immortal is time.
All we have are these moments right now. Good for good or for ill. We still have each other, for what little that may mean in this current situation.
Then why can't I ever get something that isn't for ill?
I'm sure there are good twos. They are just being covered over by all the ills. I am certain of that. It's just not in this game, alas.
Even the fireball did nothing. That was my one hope after everything went horribly wrong.
It was actually an impressive fireball, but it didn't get the kills or any injuries, though.
The thing is, the fireball against you, the hope is it gets an injury or a kill or something. All it got was a KO. Just one.
It did get a KO, I think. Or was it just a stun, I'm thinking?
I said all it got was a KO. Just one. That's the only thing it gave.
Yeah, and as I'm saying, that was still an effective fireball, I think. Because statistically, only 2 of them should have been knocked down. Never mind the likeliness of getting an armor break with armor 9. It's just not a Pirate Joe type of fireball, I guess, that we've hyped up so much over these past few seasons.
By the way, for Black Templar and for Glad, if you're watching this, no, this wasn't because of your ingenious sort of plotting thing. It wasn't because I had a bad team. It wasn't because I had anything like that. It was because I am me, and this is my luck. You know what? I'm going to make a bet. I'm going to make a bet right here. If you play against Romkey with a copy of my team, he'll win. With a copy of your current team and a copy of my current team, if he was playing my team, he'd win. I'm betting that right now.
Yeah, that's mainly because elves and lack of tackle are probably the biggest, at least biggest things to
No, no,
keep
no,
in
no, no,
mind.
no. I mean, if he was playing my team, right? A copy of my team against your current team right now, or even your current team after this match, I bet you he would still manage to win. Or at the very least, tie.
Well, his Dark Elves didn't fare so well, that's all I'll say. Poor Romkey. And I probably, maybe, will get to fight him in the next match, so we'll see if he wins in that or not. To put your theory to the test. Ooh, nice pow there.
It's just a stun.
Got the reroll, let's see what happens here. Ooh.
Double ones, because why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? You know, I'm honestly more impressed with the fact that you didn't take the opportunity to just score constantly.
Again, I'm more mindful of trying to avoid the random armor breaks if I can help it here.
I think I'm gonna leave this after this, because what's the point?
I don't blame ya. If nothing else, I can feel you there.
Because genuinely, every single time without fail, it doesn't matter if I make the greatest, like the best play I can do in a current situation. It doesn't matter if I am doing things that are good. It doesn't matter if I'm doing everything I should. It doesn't matter if I have a good team. It doesn't matter if my opponent has a bad team. Even if the odds are completely stacked, the only way I'll ever win a finals fucking match is if I'm actually against halflings or something. And even then, I'll probably lose, like I did a while ago, where I just got so shit on with my luck that I failed to even beat halflings.
It would be interesting. Malt had a really hard time against halflings there. Again, it's just the attrition damage that kind of screwed Glad over, I think. It was looking promising for Glad in the first half, since he did get the touchdown, and I think he actually knocked out one of the tomb guards in the first half. I can't remember, though. It's just Glad's own luck with the halflings, because of course they're halflings, that probably hurt him most in the end, I would argue. I don't know about the take root. But even Malt had a really difficult time against halflings.
By the way, the regards with the halflings thing, that was when I was playing Kislev, I think. I literally didn't kill any of them, I don't think. I got like, what, 2-3 injuries, maybe? And he just ran away with the match. But hey, I got actually most of my players back. Maybe I can do something. Probably not. You know, I kind of want you to just continue the stream and just play against Rumkey with Rumkey copying my team or something.
Maybe that'll be something down the road, perhaps. A fun little, well, since I want to try and get a couple of the Open League matches in, if I can get time for it. We will see what happens.
Yeah, because then I can prove my little theory, as it were, that I just can't win ever, no matter what I do. Because why would I?
It's one extra chance. Oh god, again? Well, I don't know if that's a good thing for me or not, as it helps avoid a mighty blow block. Phew. One die pow. Good, good. And that's my blow. What do we get? Phew. No, not the skink. And that one does have block. So get the hell away from my skink, please. No free blocks for you.
You're gonna reroll that. No? Okay.
I should still get a 2-die block regardless with this blitz. Oh, never mind. I already blitzed, silly me. One more chance to murder a Saurus, maybe. Or a skink.
Think that's gonna happen.
It could
I already
happen.
got my one kill. It's not gonna happen again.
There's a POW. Probably one of my more valuable players with the diving tackle.
See,
And he
like
lives.
I said, not gonna happen. I told you. Why did you not believe me? Is it because you actually think I have a chance?
Guys, think positive, or at
Did you
least...
not realize? Did you not realize? Did you not see what's happened this entire game?
I did. But I'm still, again, as I hinted at with being worried about you blocking me, is I'm still considering worried for it happening.
I don't know why.
Because why not?
You've literally done nothing other than kill a worthless player.
It's still
And make
money I
another
could have
one miss the
saved
game.
for burning for a future match, though.
The literal only thing that I've done that actually hurts you is causing the dart to miss next game. Does nothing.
It could be noteworthy as it denies me at least much easier one-turn touchdown if it goes down to it. Never mind the ridiculous movement he can do if I were to grab a ball. Alright, that is over there.
I should also note that most of my players, armor value 8. Only one who had Niggle was the one you killed, I think, Kane. And yeah.
Alright, first of all, I would like to apologize to everyone who watched through to all that match, as it does heavily sour the mood, especially when trying to watch this video, and it certainly sours the mood considering I progressed into the next round of the playoffs. But you can rest easy at the very least that, a handful of us jumped into the Discord channel there for a bit. We chatted with Pirate Joe and with each other, and he's in a better mood at the very least, despite how dour things may have seemed there, with the repeated being defeated in the first round of playoffs. I don't fault him at all. Blood Bowl in general is just a very intense game, especially when you can, even with bad luck there, can kind of cripple you for the remainder of the season potentially. Probably a perfect example was back in Season 4, not with my team, but Lorbass, who played with the Camry team, I believe, actually ended up losing 2 Tomb Guards in the first round, due to fouling no less, and they lost the third one in the second match right afterwards. As a perfect example how just random bad luck and bad situations in general can potentially screw you over for just the season in general. And surprisingly, Lorbass was probably the hardest opponent I had to go up against when he made it into the playoffs and was my round of 8 opponent, I think, as I was playing High Elves at the time. But either way, I apologize again for maybe that video, that match, maybe not being as exciting as it could have been. But as for my level ups and everything else, I did buy myself a brand new skink in Saw the Crimson, and I got me another sidestep skink. In retrospect, I am really happy with this exchange. For Kungwa, it is 2 touchdowns away from getting maybe another diving tackle piece, which ideally I really want in the next match or two. And surprisingly, Ular with the MVP is 5 SPP away from another level up, which is almost as perfect as I could potentially ask for multiple reasons. For one, I have 5 different players currently who just need MVP for a level up, and if Saw can get at least 1 touchdown, then I have a really good chance on one of them benefiting from the MVP from the next round, assuming I win that, of course. And never mind the fact, it should be really easy for Ular to get an injury, since he does have Mighty Blow, and I probably will be blitzing with him almost exclusively. So there's windows for him to maybe get an injury there, and then I just touchdown with him to unlock tackle or another skill of some sort. Either way, thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you next time, and I truly hope to bring you a much better match, a much better video for you next time.